Pleiadians. By Daniel Scranton. Awakening to Your Galactic Heritage. The Pleiadian High Council of Seven. Website, www.danielscranton.com. We are the Pleiadian High Council of Seven, and we are pleased to offer you our words of wisdom. There is an awakening that is occurring within your awakening. You are having many simultaneous awakening experiences within yourselves. There is no limit to the amount of awakenings that you can have, and part of the reason for that is because of how deep your sleep has been. It was voluntary. You knew that you would come to planet Earth and lead third-dimensional lives with the veil that you chose to place over yourselves. Now the awakening that we are referring to in this transmission is an awakening of your galactic heritage. It is the awakening of knowing yourselves as galactic citizens who have many more incarnations off of planet Earth than you have on planet Earth in the history of your existence. So what that means for all of you is that you connect with your galactic brothers and sisters, and you at times feel the call to other star systems, other planets, other moons, other experiences that are non-corporeal and yet a part of this galaxy. Awakening to this particular truth within yourselves is not meant to get you to want to leave planet Earth, although that is the effect that it can have upon you. You can feel disconnected from planet Earth, and many awakened beings do. However, no matter how much you identify with the term starseed, you are still a seed of planet Earth in this lifetime, and you are here to unite all the various star systems, all the various beings, all the various agendas in the galaxy. You are here to unite this galaxy and its inhabitants, and in so doing, you can and you will have more interactions with your brothers and sisters from far, far away. How do you do this, you might wonder? Well, you do it by working out your differences here on planet Earth. You do so by seeing your fellow humans as your brothers and sisters as well, no matter what their beliefs, their religions, their politics, no matter what country they inhabit. Taking all of the differences among humans into consideration, you have that challenging task in front of you. But you are ready for it. You are ready to unite and to become one, to unify as a human species with the common goal of living in peaceful harmony on planet Earth. We are the Pleiadian High Council of Seven, and we are very fond of all of you. That is all. A major shift in consciousness. The Pleiadian High Council of Seven. We are the Pleiadian High Council of Seven, and we are pleased to offer you our words of wisdom. There is no turning back or going back to where you have been, and that is very good news. You are not just making progress as you continue on in your journeys. You are accelerating your ascension by leaps and bounds, and most of you are doing so effortlessly. This process of evolution is a matter of letting go. It is a matter of letting go of perspectives, letting go of limitations, and letting go of beliefs. As you focus on where you are going, it becomes easier and easier for you to leave behind that which is dense, that which is of a low frequency, and that which no longer serves you. That is one of the reasons why you have all manifested this information about the shift in consciousness and about elevating your frequencies. The fifth dimension is an inevitable experience for all of you, but you are all deciding how you are going to get there. Having something that you know you are moving towards makes it so much easier to let go of the old way, and for many of you the old way has not been working for a very long time. You have not been satisfied. You have not been able to find your way amongst that which is available to you, and you have become completely uninterested in life as you have known it. The real catapulting forward for all of you began in the moment you recognized yourselves as being capable of so much more than what you have been able to accomplish up until this point. Once you recognize that the ability to create your reality is yours and yours alone, nothing could stand in your way. And there certainly was no turning back from that knowledge. Now that you are easing your way into the fifth dimension, you must commend yourselves for having made it this far, for having let go of so much, and for being willing to process to the extent that you have. Your abilities to process trauma, negative emotions, and lower frequency thought patterns is astonishing to those of us who are looking on. We are proud and thrilled to announce to you all that there is no turning back and that you are on the precipice of a major shift in consciousness. We are the Pleiadian High Council of 7, and we are very fond of all of you. That is all. Infinite love. The Pleiadian High Council of 7. We are the Pleiadian High Council of 7, and we are pleased to offer you our words of wisdom. If you were to take all of your lifetimes and all of your experiences and add them up, and quantify them in some way, you would still not come close to understanding exactly who and what you are. You can draw upon those experiences and those lifetimes to help you, but they will always pale in comparison to the experience of your true nature. In your heart of hearts, you know yourself to be love incarnate. You know that love is all there is and that everything and every expression is some kind of variant on the theme of love in action, love incarnate, and love being all there really is. When you try to quantify love, or put love in a particular box, it just expands right out of that limitation and becomes more. See if you can access the love that you are in your hearts right now. Feel for that energy that goes beyond all experience, all time, all space, and certainly all knowledge. When you feel for the love that you are, you also feel your infinite nature that is also still becoming more. Now feel for the excitement of getting to realize the love that you are as you expand and feel yourselves becoming more of who and what you really are. It is in fact pure ecstasy to engage in this simple exercise. It is finding a moment of pure bliss and having an experience of being complete. Many of you are hoping to complete yourselves through your missions, your purposes, through the actions that you can take to demonstrate to this universe that you are that love at your very core. But if you, instead, would simply tune into the love vibration and feel for the infinite and expanding nature of who you really are, you would know that there's nothing more to do, nothing more to understand, and nothing more to experience. You will live your lives in the flow as you access your core, your heart of hearts, the love that you truly are. And being in the flow allows you to feel what it is like to expand into even more love, more light, more of that which is infinite and eternal. We are the Pleiadian High Council of 7, and we are very fond of all of you. That is all. The frequency of your desires. The Hathors. Something that you desire has a particular frequency about it. The frequency is what you're really after. The thing, the person, the job, whatever it is not really what you are seeking. It carries a certain resonance. It represents something to you that can also be found within you. But when it is outside of you, it is so much easier to appreciate. You can touch it. In some cases you can drive it or live in it. In some cases it will tell you that it loves you. And therefore, it is very attractive. And we are not telling you to not want those things for yourself. We are not here to give you that type of lecture. We are here instead to help you understand why you want the things that you want and what they represent to you. If you can look within you and feel for the absence of those frequencies that they represent, then you're not getting what you want in life will serve you very well. Because then you can identify where you have those apparent holes within yourselves that you are looking to fill. So what is it that you want in life? And what is the frequency that it carries for you? And can you feel within yourself the absence of that frequency? If the answer is yes, there is no need for you to feel ashamed or wrong or bad. That is simply part of your setup. That is something you wanted to experience. So, how can you fill those holes when the objects of your desire remain out of reach? The truest answer to that question is that your awareness that you are trying to fill those holes is such a positive step in the right direction that all the rest will just be something that you do, or something that you tell yourself, That gives you a reason to believe that it is then possible to fill those holes by yourself. Nothing is really necessary here, other than that awareness. But we will give you something. We will tell you that the intention for you to find that frequency within yourself would be the next step that we would recommend. And then we would add that the frequency does in fact exist inside of you, but it lies dormant. So you do not have to conjure it up or drum it up out of thin air. It is in there. It is just not active. So we recommend that you feel around for it, knowing that it is in fact there and that you can activate it with your intention, with your focus, with your desire, and simply by acknowledging that you are whole, just as you are, and that nothing is required to give you a sense of completeness. You are complete. And the more you feel for that completeness, the more those frequencies will naturally activate themselves. We are the Hathors. We thank you. And we wish you a fond good day. Integrating aspects of self. The Pleiadian High Council of Seven. We are the Pleiadian High Council of Seven, and we are pleased to offer you our words of wisdom. Aspects of your consciousness are creating for you, and it is time for that to come to an end. It is time for all of you to begin to create as your whole selves, rather than letting fragmented parts of you have a say in what it is that you experience. So the first thing that you want to do is to consciously invite in all of these various aspects of yourself. There are many aspects that you would be aware of from your current lifetime because of the fact that you can remember those aspects of self. And then there are the aspects from your past lives and even from your probable selves, or parallel universe aspects, of you. These are a bit trickier to locate, but you don't have to get to know them all personally in order to invite them back into the whole of who you are. Your willingness to connect with all of these various aspects is enough. Your willingness to feel whatever it is that they are vibrating is enough. It is enough for you to reintegrate all of these various aspects of you and then to operate as the whole being that you have always intended to be in this lifetime. Open your heart to all aspects of yourself, and they will come home to you. When you see something in another person that triggers you, then there is an aspect of you that is being represented by that person. That is why you are triggered, but not everyone is, by that same person. So that is one way to become aware of an aspect of self that you want to reintegrate. Holding space for all aspects of yourself is going to give them that sense of belonging and that sense that they are coming home. If you are in doubt about whether or not you have an aspect of self who is hanging out on the fringe, then err on the side of inviting that aspect in. You cannot go wrong here. You cannot reintegrate someone else's past life personality. We suggest that you give yourself some time every day to actively and consciously engage in this reintegration process, and you will feel more whole. You will feel complete. And then as you create your reality, you will do so in harmony with all of your desires in this current incarnation because you will have resolved that which needed to be resolved by integrating all of those various aspects. We are the Pleiadian High Council of Seven, and we are very fond of all of you. That is all. Past life memories. The Pleiadian High Council of Seven. We are the Pleiadian High Council of Seven, and we are pleased to offer you our words of wisdom. You have created a large storage of memories from all of your various lifetimes as human and as other expressions of source energy. The memories themselves have lives of their own. You access those memories in your now moments, and you can shift and change them accordingly. It is not necessary for you to do so, however, it is possible for you to change something in the past. We want to caution you about getting obsessed with changing the past, even though we are telling you it is possible. Everything that you need right now is available to you in your present moment. But you can and you do access these memories from your current lifetime, as well as the past incarnations. Your memories are to be treasured and respected. They are powerful reminders of how far you have come in your evolutionary process. As you access a memory, you are accessing more of who you are, and you are giving life to an aspect of you that has been dead, in your terms. Therefore, every time you access something from your past, you are able to incorporate that self into the whole of who you are. And you are accessing more and more of these all of the time because you are ready. You are ready to know yourselves as more than just a singular human living in a singular lifetime. You are ready to expand and go beyond. Most importantly, you are ready to accept all that you have done and all that has been done to you. In so doing, you are making yourselves better creators. You are capable of accessing more compassion, more wisdom, and more desire. And when you are capable of reflecting upon one of these experiences from your past with curiosity, but without attachment, you know in that moment that you are capable of drawing power from all that you have lived. And that is how your past serves you very well in your present. We are the Pleiadian High Council of 7, and we are very fond of all of you. That is all. Taking action. The Pleiadian High Council of 7. We are the Pleiadian High Council of 7, and we are pleased to offer you our words of wisdom. After you take a step in a particular direction, you are still accessing the next steps along your journey to where you are going. You open yourself up to many different possibilities when you take any step at all in a particular direction. Many of you want to know what all of the steps are going to be before you take that initial step, that initial leap of faith. And that will and does keep you locked into where you are in the moment. You benefit from initiating a little momentum, and you access the next steps from the momentum that is created. When you are able to release the need for control, the need for you to always know the outcome, that is when you open yourselves to a myriad of possibilities. You actually give birth to possibilities just by taking any initial step whatsoever towards a particular place or experience. Whatever it is that you want to move towards, it is ultimately up to you to begin the forward motion. What it is that you desire is calling you forth, but it cannot take the step for you. Something else that we witness from many humans is a desire to have someone or something else tell you that it is okay for you to take that step. You want permission from those like us, or from your spirit guides, or some synchronicity. You want signs that will poke and prod at you before you take that initial step. But how do you know that the signs aren't waiting for you? Perhaps the signs will come as confirmation once you start the movement forward. You will never know what you are capable of until you take even the tiniest step forward towards living the life that you want to live and being the version of yourself that you want to be. There is always going to be a certain amount of action necessary on your journeys, and we encourage you to take whatever action you can joyously and with faith in yourselves and faith that you are always moving in the right direction. We are the Pleiadian High Council of 7, and we are very fond of all of you. That is all. Energy fields. The Pleiadian High Council of 7. We are the Pleiadian High Council of 7, and we are pleased to offer you our words of wisdom. Energy fields are what it's all about. They are so important to your process of creation and your process of evolution. Energy fields abound. They are infinite, and they provide you with access to the universal field. Tap into one and you tap into all of them. So the question is, what are you going to do with all that energy? What is it that you want to place in your energy field? You are not separate from the universal field or from any individual field that you can and often do come into contact with. Your energy field is unique. You add something new to this universe that only you can add, and you are here to play with energy, to express energy, to feel energy moving through you. You are here having an energetic experience. All matter is comprised of energy. All thoughts are really just expressions of energy, and of course emotion is energy in motion. So again, we ask, what do you want to do with this energy? What do you want to place in your field? What do you want to express from your field, And how often are you accessing the energy field that is most to your liking? Let us say you are interested in healing a physical condition. Do you know how many energy fields there are that could assist you if you were to activate them and tap into all of their magic? The number is quite large and growing all the time. So now you might be wondering how you tap into an energy field. What is the secret? Well, this is one of the reasons why we, and so many others, have been asking you to tap into your emotions, to pay attention to your thoughts, and to feel for your intuition. All of the above are ways of connecting with energy, understanding energy, and using energy to benefit you. You have so much more access now than you have ever had before, and so much more awareness. We suggest that you work with energy if you want to create a new world, a world that is more to your liking and more fair to all people who dwell in it. Now is the time for those of you who understand how to utilize energy to be the expressions of energy that you are, and to become the force for change that you know you can all be. We are the Pleiadian High Council of 7, and we are very fond of all of you. That is all. Ideas and hypotheses. The Pleiadian High Council of 7. We are the Pleiadian High Council of 7, and we are pleased to offer you our words of wisdom. As you formulate an idea or a hypothesis, you are creating a web of energy around that particular idea or hypothesis. You are giving it life, and it becomes its own reality. Whether or not you feed that web of energy with more determines the life of the idea or the hypothesis. It determines whether or not you continue to create with it. When you abandon your ideas and your hypotheses, they continue on until someone else tunes into them and offers their energy. You see, anything can create. Anything can become a reality, even the most outlandish of ideas and the most far-fetched of hypotheses. You are the orchestrator, and you are the one determining what becomes a reality for you. So ask yourself not whether something is true or not, or whether it's likely to occur, but instead ask yourself whether you want to keep feeding energy to what it is you've given birth to. You have complete sovereignty as a creator being. You do not need permission to make something real or to have an experience. Source and your Oversoul see all experience as valid and having value. So whether or not you want to feed that idea, or that hypothesis, needs to be determined by one thing and one thing alone. You need to decide whether you like the way you feel when you ponder it. Just because something is interesting to ponder doesn't mean you actually want to experience it. We recommend that you utilize your energy as you would your currency. You put your currency towards that which you want. Sometimes you put your currency towards that which you need, but you do have a choice. And you do make those choices based upon whether you want to experience something or not. We say that the same is true of your ideas and your hypotheses. Whether or not you want to see one of them come to fruition is completely up to you. And since you are working with an endless and an infinite supply of energy, there is no shortage of creations waiting to be hatched. We are the Pleiadian High Council of 7, and we are very fond of all of you. That is all. Becoming a creative force. The Pleiadian High Council of 7. We are the Pleiadian High Council of 7, and we are pleased to offer you our words of wisdom. When you are operating as a collective, you are taking on a tremendous amount of energy. It is because you are ready for the experience of processing and integrating that much energy that you are able to perceive yourself as more than just an individual, operating as an ego. The process of integration on an individual basis allows you to know yourself as a collective of beings. You collect all of the various aspects of yourselves that have been fragmented off, and you put the pieces together to give you the experience of the whole you. This aligns you with the experience of yourself as a collective. When you consider the power of the human collective, and you are able to tap into that power, just imagine what you could create. First of all, you are capable of holding so much more energy. you have access to all of the experiences of all of your fellow humans, and you begin to know yourself more as a source energy being. Within Source, there is no real separation, and there is ultimate power and the ability to create as a force. There is so much more for you to experience, and you are ready for those experiences. You are ready for those downloads. Imagine yourself connecting energetically to all other humans and forming that bond. Your frequencies are all different, of course. But if you were to align with an intention, such as the intention for peace on Earth, imagine how easy it would be to achieve. If you are skeptical or apprehensive about connecting with other humans, please know that you already are. It's not a question of agreeing to it or allowing it. It's a question of tapping into the power and the resources that are available to you and doing so consciously and deliberately for the purpose of knowing yourself as more than just an individual living a single lifetime and having a single set of experiences to draw from. We know that you all want more, that you all want to be living more than what you are. And consciously connecting to the rest of the human collective and drawing from all that your brothers and sisters have to offer you makes you a creative force in this universe. We are the Pleiadian High Council of 7, and we are very fond of all of you. That is all. The New Earth. The Pleiadian High Council of 7. We are the Pleiadian High Council of 7, and we are pleased to offer you our words of wisdom. You find yourselves in a situation now where there is much anticipation about what is to come, and many of you find that life on planet Earth as it is has little to offer you. That is actually by design. Those of you who came forth to navigate through the shift consciously and to lead others set it up for yourselves so that you would not get caught up in the game as it has been played for eons of your time. So having little or no interest in what the world has to offer you right now is actually going to work to your advantage. The world needs dreamers. The world needs magicians. The world needs fairies, and the world needs creators. You are the visionaries. You are the ones to see beyond the illusion and to feel for the new earth, the new reality, and the new version of yourselves. This earth is transforming, and all of that boredom, and angst, and lack of interest in what fascinates the masses is part of what you are using to summon forth the energy to create something new. Now if you do have an interest in the earth as it is, and in creating a better life for yourself using that which is available to you now, it does not mean that you are not one of the ones we are speaking to now. Even those of you who are finding life as it is to be enthralling are seeking something more. You are seeking new experiences, and the world is ready for you to create them. When you are not interested in playing the game that most of your human companions are playing, you have an even greater desire to seek out that which is within yourselves. That desire will fuel your expansion and will give you the tools to create that you have been seeking. So if you don't like what you see, or if you can't find anything interesting in your world, simply close your eyes and feel for the infinite space within yourselves and the access that you have to higher frequency energy that is waiting for you to create with it. We are the Pleiadian High Council of 7, and we are very fond of all of you. That is all. Attention is creative. The Pleiadian High Council of 7. We are the Pleiadian High Council of 7, and we are pleased to offer you our words of wisdom. You actualize what you put your attention on, and that which you give attention to receives energy from you. You are energetic beings, and you have access to an infinite supply of that which you are. When you put your attention on something, you flow some of that which you are towards it, and whatever it is happy to receive. It is happy to become more. This is true of something that you can see and interact with in your life, and it is also true of world events. When you are sending your energy towards some injustice, for example, you do not realize that you are adding to the energy of that injustice. As you call out the perpetrators and you side with the victims, you perpetuate that dichotomy, that split. If instead you were to look at the injustice and decide what it was you wanted to create in its place, you could put your energy and your attention in that direction. You could create the better world, the better circumstance. You could create more harmony, more peace, more opportunities for yourselves and others. You can in fact create anything that you want, and so be very particular about what you give your attention to. You often look at things and see a need, and you want to be the one who fixes the problem. And so you put your attention right there on the problem, and you seek to fix it. But what if your attention were to go towards what is right with the situation? What if you were to place your attention on how the problem actually served you instead of lamenting the fact that you had created a problem in the first place? You can and will achieve more with your attention now that you have access so much more energy on your planet. It's time for you to put that energy to use, and you can start by putting your attention on that which you want to create and experience, rather than looking at all of the problems in your lives and in the world and asking for those problems to change themselves. They are what they are, and you are here to decide what you are in relationship to them. We are the Pleiadian High Council of 7, and we are very fond of all of you. That is all. Your current life circumstances. The Pleiadian High Council of 7. We are the Pleiadian High Council of 7, and we are pleased to offer you our words of wisdom. Taking a look past the circumstances of your life is sometimes exactly what you need to do. So when you are faced with circumstances in your life that do not please you and are not to your liking, sometimes it is necessary to look right past them and to put your attention on what is coming and what those circumstances have helped you to create. As you sit wherever you are, and you contemplate how you got there, you are not serving yourself and your desire to move past those circumstances. It makes no difference how you got there, and focusing on how you got there does not move you into the place where you want to go. If anything, it keeps you stuck in a loop where you continue to create the circumstances that you do not prefer. So what you really want to do is to recognize that everything in your life is serving you in some way. Sometimes a circumstance in your life is getting you to access more energy so that you can create a new and better circumstance. Sometimes it is meant to simply spark that desire within you that propels you into the new experience, the new circumstances. So whatever it is you are living has a purpose, and that purpose serves you. When you recognize this, you can stop obsessing about how you got to that place. You can stop feeling sorry for yourself, and you can start a proactive approach to the creation of that which you do desire. No circumstance is ever meant to be permanent. That would only stagnate your growth. Now, if things in your life are just the way you want them, you can also expect them to get better from there as well. You will always be in a state of expansion and growth, and sometimes what you need to propel you into that growth is precisely what you do not want to experience. Sometimes living exactly what you don't want to experience gets you beyond the fear of living it. And so once you face that fear, you recognize that it is just a place for you to catapult yourself from. It is just summoning forth more energy through you, and it is giving you an excuse to create. Be certain that wherever you are on your journey and whatever it is you are experiencing has a gift for you, and it is up to you to unwrap that gift and to benefit from whatever it is you are living in your lives. You and only you can change your circumstances, and you can only do so when you empower yourselves by seeking to be back in the flow of energy that is taking you to that which you do desire. We are the Pleiadian High Council of 7, and we are very fond of all of you. That is all. Your 5D senses. The Pleiadian High Council of 7. We are the Pleiadian High Council of 7, and we are pleased to offer you our words of wisdom. Very soon, you are going to start seeing things that you could not previously perceive with your human eyes. You are accessing more of your third eye energy as you move forward in your shift. The processing of information through the 5 senses is shifting, along with everything else. As you raise your frequency, you are capable of perceiving things that are of a higher frequency as well. This is how it works. This is what you are really shifting. You are shifting your perception by shifting your frequency, and that is how you get a new experience of reality. This process is one that takes time because you all need to adjust, just like your eyes need to adjust to the light after having been in the dark for very long. But it is nice to be prepared for these types of things so they are not complete surprises to you and your five senses. What you are shedding now are filters that have prevented you from perceiving more than you were ready to perceive. As you let go of those filters, you open yourself up to new codes and information. These codes and information can be utilized to put yourselves in even higher frequency rates, and that will shift your perception again, and again, and again, until you suddenly feel like you are in a brand new world. It will be the world that has always been, however. But it will be the world that you have not been able to perceive. Now the upgrades to your third eye are only the beginning, and you can expect to hear things, smell things, taste things, and of course feel things that have been beyond your frequency range as well, but one step at a time, baby steps, as you say. And we are here to help you along. We are here to help guide you from the darkness to the light. We offer ourselves as guides. We offer a helping hand, and we offer our frequency as a way for you to know what it is you're striving to achieve. This is our real gift to you. It is not our words. It is our frequency. We invite you to come with us and to change how you perceive reality. We are the Pleiadian High Council of 7, and we are very fond of all of you. That is all. Your vibrational core. The Pleiadian High Council of 7. We are the Pleiadian High Council of 7, and we are pleased to offer you our words of wisdom. When you are in your perfect frame of mind, you are gathering information that will guide you on your journey. You are capable of receiving more. You are capable of arriving at more conclusions that will serve you and others. Everything that you need to know becomes automatically downloaded into your consciousness. But the path to being in that perfect frame of mind does not originate in the mind. It will originate in your vibrational core, and when you have created the ideal frequency in your vibrational core, everything becomes aligned within you. Not only will your mind be able to conceive and perceive all that we have stated, but your body and your emotions will also come to a place of perfection, and all three will be aligned. This makes you more powerful in your actions, in your words, and in your ability to create the reality that you prefer. So we highly recommend meditation to arrive at this state. If you are not already meditating, then we recommend that you start. If you are meditating, then we recommend seeking to find the vibration within you that is going to result in the perfect alignment of your mental, emotional, and physical bodies. So the ability to think clearly and access thoughts that will serve you originates in your willingness to let go of thought altogether. When you stop trying to figure it all out and arrive at the conclusions that you need by yourself, and with only your physical mind, that is when you open yourself up. You open yourself up to receiving. You open yourself up to everything that is of a high vibration, and you can allow in the thoughts that serve you most. You are, at your core, vibrational beings who are creating experiences of thought, emotion, and physical action. And you are creating these experiences through the vibration that you hold at your core. We recommend tuning into your vibration as often as you possibly can so that you can align yourself and all of your various bodies to bring you into the best possible place to create that which you want to experience. We are the Pleiadian High Council of 7, and we are very fond of all of you. That is all.